Aye. Aye.
Michael, look, after going out of 2 cups in the space of a few days, just how yourself doing, and how the squad physically and emotionally?
Physical, as you expect, of course, we still assessing the players from last Wednesday until Saturday. We played 2 games, and as you spoke, more the first one, the really emotional game too, and all that stuff. But everything we're fighting for, and physical point of view, what took from ourselves, the energy that took from ourselves, that make us to almost obligate ourselves to change some players after 2 days to play again against Newcastle. And of course the game against Newcastle was slightly different, but it's always tough when you are out of both competitions. Even if you the Carabao Cup, we arrive in a stage that the club never have done, and of course you have to be proud of the great run we had in that competition. Of course, last Saturday was completely different. I already spoke about it. We deserve much more from the game. The team that tried to win more the game, in terms of stats, had everything more than the opposition side. But in football, what counts is really to put the ball in the net, and we didn't, and we were punished by our own mistakes from ourselves. Clear. How is the mood? As you expect, is not that great mood when we are winning games in a row, but you are not depressive as well. Of course, we are not happy with the way we lost last game, to be honest, because against Liverpool and the place in the final, it was open until the last minute, and we have to be proud of it, the way we did it. Of course, we wanted really to be there, was our goal. Against Newcastle was slightly different. We already analysed, the players understood well why the things happen that way, that you cannot repeat or try to not repeat. But we are not depressive at all. We know what we want to fight for. Now it's full focus in Premier League, and the next one is going to be against Everton, a game that we want to bounce back in the right track again.
You spoke at the end of the last game about not putting the ball in the back of the net. You mentioned it there again today. Obviously, we've got a few days left of the transfer window. Are you looking for a player in that attacking space to maybe help out the players at the moment if you are struggling a little bit?
I will not talk really about what is going to be the targets or not. From last, I can say October, November was clear for us, and of course I sat with the board, and they know clear what the 2 positions that we are looking for to strengthen in our squad. Unfortunately, till now was not possible. Seems that it's going to be really difficult till the end of the window. It's not under my control, that situation. But it's clear the positions that we needed to reinforce. Let's see what is going to happen, but seems that it's going to be difficult.
How have you got an update on Harry Wilson's injury? I know he went off in the first half of the show.
Yeah, unfortunately for us, another is going to be another absence for the match. Unfortunately, of course, short in terms of numbers, our squad right now. Of course, we have been able to take really well care of our players. Is good after that busy December and January as well. We don't have many injuries. That is a good sign that we have been doing the things really well, and the players, they have been taking care of themselves well too. This was a different one. When he fell down, that moment was in his shoulder, nothing muscular or something like that. But unfortunately for us, he's going to be out at least 2-3 weeks. Let's hope not longer than that, but at least 3 weeks is going to be out. The other player that's still out is Adama Traore. Nice to see him back in the training with his teammates. Soon we are going to see him back in the squad list.
Obviously, those 2 are again attacking players who help you in that end of the pitch. Are you quite keen to get someone in there just to help out there? I know you said
yes, it was it was clear. It was for the attacking line that we are looking for to reinforce the squad in 2 positions, particularly. But it's what it is. As I said to you, seems that is not going to happen. Of course, it's different. We want it to happen, but it seems it's not going to happen. Again, it's not under my control, and we have to work with the players that we have. It's not going to be possible, and we have these injured players. The absence in the African Cup. If you have to put some young lads on the bench, they are going to be. Tomorrow is going to be a good example, but it's what it is. It's the reality of our football club, and I'm here to help always the club in doing my best to develop what I have in my hands.
It's been a bit quiet this transfer window. Have you found it difficult, and have you found it that's been the situation information around the league and for yourself, it's been harder to bring in players this time round?
Normally it's hard for us, not just this time. Not just this time, but it's quiet. Of course, it's quiet. I don't know all the reasons. Each club has his own idea for the January market. Of course, is not a market normal that is, my point of view, good to see or good to go to change many things. I'm not this type of manager as well. Of course, we had something that we missed last summer, and because that I'm saying was really important for us to do in the January window. It's not going to be possible. About other clubs, I cannot talk about what is their idea, what they want to do. Some clubs they are really happy with the squad they have. Others probably is financial point of view like us. I don't know really what is the reason behind.
And in terms of players leaving, do you expect to maybe let a few players go in the next few days?
No, I don't expect really, because as I said, we are really short in terms of numbers and all that stuff. I'm not really expecting big moves from ourselves. What we want is to reinforce our squad, not to let players to go.
So Tyrese Francois, would you think he'll stay, or do you think
Let's see. Decision that to take. Ty is being involved last few games since he came back from the injury. He had a bad muscle injury during the pre-season. Since the last 3-4 games, when he started to become more ready with all the problems that we have been in our squad in terms of absence. Of course, he's being involved in the squad list, and he's being there. Doesn't look that he's going to leave the club, but until the end of the market, everything can happen.
And Carlos Vinicius and Rodrigo Muniz, do you expect them to stay?
Nothing. I don't have any news about it.
Okay. And just finally, Everton tomorrow is obviously a game where I think they can get to just 5 points if they win against you tomorrow, but you're only 8 points off the European spots as well. What's your focus for the squad in terms of looking down to make sure you don't get dragged in, or looking up to try and progress up the league? How do you balance that?
No, you are an ambitious squad, definitely. You know myself, you know the way I prepare always my team to play, the way I like us to play. Okay, we are always trying to be on the front foot. Sometimes you can do it, other times the opposition side is there as well, doing their part, and it is more difficult, but our ambition is clear to the match, to try to get the 3 points. All the respect with Everton, they have been away from home one of the strongest sides so far this season. They have been achieving really good number of points away from home. The position they are for us is not important. We look for ourselves, focus on ourselves, and there are 3 points there to fight for, and we are going to do our maximum to get the 3 points, knowing that they are a danger side. In many ways, they away from home they have been achieving points. We know what they are capable to do. Is going to demand from ourselves a very good night, because we need to win the game. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Hi, Marco.
Hi.
You've had some pretty decent results against Everton in the last few months.
Yeah.
Does that give you an advantage going into this game, do you think?
Yeah, not advantage, but gives us the confidence that you can repeat again. It's simple as that. The opposite side, of course, Everton is they are thinking the opposite way, that we haven't achieved, but we want to change the things. And of course, if you have been achieving good results, not advantage, because the game is going to start 0-0 for sure, but give us the confidence that they can repeat good result again, and you can perform well to get it done.
You've managed Everton in the past. You know what it's like. You know what the expectations are from the fans. They're going through a difficult time at the moment. Do you think maybe it's even more tricky to play against them when they're trying to battle with relegation?
It's always tricky. They are, as I said before, when you play against Sundash teams, it's always tricky. I have to say they are always a really difficult team to beat and to play against. For me, it's clear. Clear are they in all the moments of the game. Everyone knows how the game can become really physical as well, and how they are strong in all the challenge, in all the duels, and after from that moment they are capable to build always and to create chances to score as well. They are a solid side in many moments of the game too. Of course, I know really well them. They know really well ourselves as well. it's going to be a really competitive Premier League game, and we are positive that we can get to the result again.
You've had a difficult run of results recently. Your next 3 games are against Everton, Burnley and Bournemouth. Do you feel like these 3 games are key to start going forward? Because obviously they're a bit more realistic than winning against the Man Cities and the Liverpools.
I understand what you are saying, but our last home victory was against Arsenal, and Arsenal was on the top of the league in that last day of the year. Okay, it's Premier League. I don't see it this way because, of course, after Arsenal we played against Liverpool, okay, semi-finals, and Chelsea away from home, where we were really competitive until last minute of the game in London derby away from home. But the best example is what I said before. The last Premier League win was against Arsenal at home, where probably most of the people didn't expect that. And we were the best team clear on the pitch during that afternoon, is what it is. Doesn't matter, huge respect for Everton or for Burnley or for the Bournemouth and the others that came after that. We are going to prepare, and we did prepare short time, of course, but we did prepare the game. And our respect with Everton is going to be the same that we had with Liverpool, for example, semi-finals or the game against Arsenal at home. That was the last Premier League home match.
You've said that you're not in control of what happens in the transfer window. Some things are out of your control. Can you tell us a bit more about?
No, financial point of view, of course, I'm not in control. Of course, I control with the board, of course, all the players that they sign for our football club. Okay, they are not going to sign, of course, without my okay. If I can say in this way, of course, with our board always working with me in that situation. When I say that is not my own control, or my control is about financial point of view.
And so have they told you that it's going to be difficult, that they don't have the financial?
I said already from the beginning of the market what is our situation, what the feedback I got from the board. Yeah.
Armando Broja is linked with Fulham at the moment. Does that mean we can rule that out from what you're saying?
Not okay. The board is they are trying to do what we needed for the market. Until now is being really difficult for us. What is going to happen or not? I cannot promise you that it's going to be in one way or the other. I will not rule out players. I will not confirm to you other situations as well, because the people behind the scenes, they are working, and let's see what we can do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll come to you in a second. We'll finish off with TV. Did you have a TV question, Ruben?
Yes.
Hi.
Can I have a couple?
Yeah.
I'm Marco.
Hi.
Iwobi obviously won't be available because of Africa Cup of Nations, and he won't be able to play against his old club as well. He left in a good moment as well. How much of an absence has he been in the last few weeks?
Not just him, Calvin Bassey too. I think when they played last game against Arsenal, was the last game they played against Arsenal at home. The team was in a good moment, and Calvin Bassey probably was in his best moment since he joined last summer as well. Much more settled, much more understanding everything what we demand from him, and was in a good moment. And of course, Alex was, since he arrived, he's being a really important player in our attacking line. Really, player that can play in many positions around the striker, even as a second midfielder from us. And of course, they are two big misses for us, if I can say in this way. And I cannot forget Ballo Touré as well. Even if he's not playing, okay, with us in this busy period, of course we can give more time between him and Robinson. That was not possible to do it. Of course, when you have 3 players and 2 of them they have been starting 11 players from us out so long time, and they have been doing well. Okay, they are going to be even probably longer there. Of course, they are a big miss for us, definitely.
2 cup exit last week. How much of a message is that to the board that Fulham need reinforcements?
I don't believe that you need to get good or bad results to be clear what we need. I don't see in this way. For us, it's clear when you are achieving good results. Sometimes it's the moment for you to give a step forward and to adjust things that are important to adjust. And if you are not achieving not good results, doesn't mean that everything is completely wrong and you have to go running to do things. I really prefer to plan the things really well, and we did last summer. Unfortunately, it was not possible. The plan was there on the table for the January as well. Okay, if it's possible, it is. If not, we have to work with the players that we have. It's not because one or two bad results that the things has to change, because even if you achieved or you have achieved a good result against Liverpool or Newcastle last Saturday, like we deserve, to be honest, the plan was there and is not going to change.
Fulham don't spend. How likely is it that we see Fulham in this position next year and the year after?
Okay, it's tough. I cannot hide. I cannot lie to you. Of course, it's tough. Premier League is so competitive. Many clubs with the capacity to do it, and of course, we have to expect from ourselves on the pitch and off the pitch is to be as more competitive you can.
Against your former club as well. How impressed have you been with the way they bounced back since their point deduction?
Yeah, that first reaction from them was impressive. I think all of us we have to be fair and to realize and to say clear that was. I remember the first game that they played after that moment was against, I believe, Man United at home. They didn't achieve a good result, but after that they did. I think they had 4 wins in a row after that game against Man United, and the game after was against us in the Carabao Cup that we were able to. Even so, they were in a great moment after when we arrived there to play the Carabao Cup quarters final. They were in a great momentum and with 4 wins in a row in Premier League. Some of them with a clean sheet. I don't know how many clean sheets they got it in that 4 games, and the momentum was great for them. Even so, we were able to get a result and to be competitive like normal. We like to do it, but the reaction from them after the point deduction was great. We have to be fair with them. And after this Premier League, after that they had a small spell, not so good in terms of results, but for sure. And I know well some of that players. Everyone knows Sandash as well. They are going to do their best for sure to bounce back again and to go, because that time I'm pretty sure that is going to be a really tough game for us. Thank you.
Chris, you need to go.
Okay, cheers.
Finish up the broadcast section with Nick,
Chris.
and then we'll
Marco, after the game against Newcastle, you expressed a hope that the atmosphere on Tuesday will be better than the atmosphere in the cup game. Is there anything that you can do in your position to ensure that happens?
I'm just was asking. Of course, I understand, of course, the fans. I understand the point of view. I understand everything. I know. First, I have to say that they have been behind the team every single moment. After they have other things that they concern themselves or something like that, and we have to respect. In my position, I have to respect always what I have to say, that they have been always behind the team. Of course, we all notice, and it's easy to do it. The difference between the Liverpool match and the Newcastle match, and is what we want always is to, because we feel that when we play away from home, it's really difficult to play. The fans they play always a big part on it. The crowd, the environment, the atmosphere, they always play a big part on it, and was one of the nights that I felt Cottage more bouncing really was against Liverpool. Okay, we had some moments last season. I remember the derby against Chelsea, or season before that, crucial games in the end of the season or close the end of the season. But that game was we felt something different, and of course I feel that if it's going to be always like that, we are going to be stronger as a club, and the players they are going to feel that on the pitch. Was just because that I mention it, because in terms of support, no one can complain about the behavior of our fans so far. If you can have the Craven coaches with full of Fulham fans, is going to be better for us always. It's just because that I mention it.
So your message is that has to be back on Tuesday.
We need them behind us. We need them with the team. We understand why they were not in a good mood, if I can say, last Saturday. Why? And we fully understand. Even if you don't listen all their opinions, overall we understand. but we need them behind us. We need them, and they know that if they play their part as the 12th player, we are going to be stronger, and we need them to make the things really difficult for the Everton side.
Is it a bit awkward for you to have to say that?
But I'm here to always to say what I think is helpful for the club. I'm here always to first to be honest with everybody, with our fans, with the players. If I have to get some message from here to them, even if I don't need, because normally I say to them in our daily basis for our fans, for the they need sometimes. It's the only moment that I have to speak with them apart from the program notes, all that stuff is these moments, and I have to thank them every single time for the great support. I remember the away game against Liverpool, how they were there. I remember the away game against Everton, the quarters final. They have been fantastic away from home every single time. At home the same. Was a particular moment that they expressed themselves in the way they decided that is the best, and I'm here to respect and to ask them to support again if they can do it in tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the broadcast section finished, and Andy, just
Aye.